here and his peoples.
You got it. All right,
And
brother.
we
Shalom.
are rolling once again. So let me give you a quick little minute to get back on here. Okay. And sorry for the interruption.
All right, we back on.
Oh, yeah, we're in there now. So let's see if you folks can come on back. You know, I got some loyal people.
Hey.
So
Oh wait.
let's see how it
Dang.
does.
Start record. All right. It should update now.
It was.
It updated. Or did it? Transition.
Okay, so
I
we
don't see
got.
nothing. It still look frozen though. Oh no, it's good. I think it's good.
We got Rhoda up in here. Rhoda's in here. Zamira's up in here.
Yeah. Okay.
She's sharing.
It's good. We back. We back,
And
everybody.
we
Hey,
are
listen.
back.
It wasn't my fault.
You don't have to speak so loud. All right.
It happens when I jump from behind the camera. Satan takes over.
Look, they know you.
He be
You
like,
got
he's
it.
out the way. I can go in now.
No, it's all good. We all good. We don't need no excuses. Sometimes these things happen.
Yeah.
And for now, I'm getting ready to put some music on because I want to see y'all. And I know my main girl Rhoda's in already. I see Zamira in. Okay, so here we go. So let's go back to some music right now while everybody's getting in. And let me put this guy in real quick so we know what's happening. All right, so we are back. We're going to come back right now with a song called Abraham and Sarah because you know what? Bez don't only do tracks. He's actually singing on this one with his beautiful, beautiful rib. Let's check it out, y'all, while we're getting all y'all back in. Let everybody know that we back online, okay? Periscope, sorry for the delay. Glad to have y'all here. Come on in and enjoy this show. Come on. Time for me to have a glass of wine now, for real.
Hola.
Shalom.
Shalom. ¿Cómo estás? I heard you writing a new song. What you got?
I want to tell you something.
See, dime.
You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay.
On that play.
You know you the one that I'ma honor. Give you my respect like you're my father. You're my Abraham and I'm your Sarah. I won't be afraid, I'll do everything you say, babe.
You ain't gotta worry, cause you know I treat you right. We gon' be together for the rest of our lives. Represent the church, baby, I represent Christ. And if it comes to it, I will lay down my life for
You
it.
know I never met a man like you before.
And you won't, cause I follow Christ and I keep the laws.
You taught me so many
Yeah,
things
Periscope
that I
just
never
jumped
knew
back in.
before.
And there's a lot to show you out of this book of the law.
I love how you command your
We
hands,
have the
that's why
Be
I
Easy with us tonight, y'all.
For me and I take care of you and it's true.
We gon' stay together cause we've already been proved.
And I'll enjoy life with the wife of my youth.
You know you the one that I'ma honor. Give you my respect like you're my father. You're my Abraham and I'm your Sarah. I won't be afraid, I'll do everything you say, babe.
You ain't gotta worry, cause you know I treat you right. We gon' be together for the rest of our lives. Represent the church, baby, I represent Christ. And if it comes to it, I will lay down my life for
I
you.
love how you keep your bed kept with your fringes and your ribbon of blue.
Oh no, thanks for coming back.
Love watching you walk with your skirt past your knees. Keep doing what you do.
I love how you put so much work.
There we go,
into
Jenny, you
this
back. All right, I hear you.
It's a beautiful
How you doing
thing
tonight? Shalom,
when
Jenny.
Husband and wife agree. Don't you agree?
This is Bezaleel time.
You know you the one that I'ma honor. Give you my respect like you're my father. You're my Abraham and I'm
Amico.
your Sarah.
Shalom, girl.
I won't be afraid, I'll do everything you say, babe.
You ain't gotta worry, cause you know I treat you right. We gon' be together for the rest of our lives.
You got a fan on this one, Bez. Amico said this is her song.
If it comes to it,
Ah, that's what's up.
lay down my life for you. The world is ours.
The world is Zion's.
It's almost time.
All right, we good on Periscope.
To claim
Excellent.
it soon.
Gotta send inside.
Zach says shalom. Shalom, little man.
Shalom, Zach.
My little son watching. Little Zechariah.
Ain't nothing but us asunder. You know you the one that I'ma honor. Give you my respect like you're my father. You're my Abraham and I'm your Sarah. I won't be afraid. I'll do
How you doing,
everything
Paul?
you said, baby.
Glad you came back.
Because you know I treat you right. We gon' be together for the rest of our lives. Represent the church, baby. I represent Christ. And if it comes to it, I will lay down my life for you. Together, baby. Forever, baby. Together, baby. Forever, baby. Together, baby. Forever, baby. Together, baby.
They be laughing.
Word. You know I love live stuff. What's good, Tim? Shalom, Marina. How are you? And that was Abraham and Sarah, a duet. Zamira and Bezaleel. The BEZ. We call them Bez.
That's right. Relax, everybody. We got Periscope on deck. Dang, that took a while.
That's okay, as long as we got them. That's
Yes,
all I care
sir.
about.
Periscope is finicky tonight.
Let's get all the butter on that roll.
Right.
And that was Abraham and Sarah. And once again, y'all, for those who just joined us, we're pulling back the curtain on my man BEZ. He's the man behind the scenes. There's some of y'all that has been here before. Y'all know who he is. But now I want to get y'all to know who he is. And we're going to get into some artwork, some videos, and some photography and all that kind of stuff. But before we do that, I want to play one of my favorite songs of Bez. When he played me this track and Zamira wrote the song to it, I was like floored. I want y'all to check this one out. This is called Whatever You Like on Zamira's new album. It is TLC. Check it out, y'all. This is the Bez night.
Whatever you like, I got it, you're alright. 'Cause I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll make you smile. I'll be your sunshine, whatever you like, I got it, you're alright. 'Cause I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll make you smile. I'll be your sunshine. I'm about to get ready, 'cause my Lord is almost home. I know he had a long day at work, so I'm about to make it short. I got good dinner, high heels, hair done, makeup on just right, just like he likes. Candles lit tonight, and that's just a half of it, 'cause I know what he likes. Whatever you like, I got it, you're alright. 'Cause
Whatever you like.
I'll clean, I'll make you smile.
What's good, Periscope?
I'll be your sunshine, whatever you like, I got it, you're
Yeah, Mums. That's a nice name. How are you, Shalom?
I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll make you
Shalom, John.
I'll be your sunshine. I got the bag
Prince Israel. How are you tonight?
ready for my man.
Rodney
I got
Coleman.
the rose petals leading him to me.
We got Jazz on tonight.
I got the class, ready to help 'em on.
How you doing, Andrea? We talking Periscope. I'm glad y'all came in. Periscope, glad to have y'all back. Debbie Israel, whatever you like. Amani. Let's switch back over to Facebook. Rafila, Shalom. And that was Whatever You Like, and that was by Zamira, and the track was by Mr. Bezman himself, Bez.
That's right.
I understand. How we looking on the artwork? Could we bring that up, or is?
Yeah, sure.
All
sure.
right, let's show some people
All right.
some of your work that you've done,
Yeah.
and you guys got to check this out.
So
I'm gonna put a little music behind you too while you're showing some of those beautiful pictures of
so
yours.
to give everybody a little background as to like me being able to do like all the stuff that I do, I went to college to be an art director at a Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, and in that major at the time it was called communication design, and they ran us through a whole plethora of different types of media to be able to understand how to hire different people in different genres of art and multimedia to put together for advertisement companies. So I dipped and dabbed in a little bit of everything, and that kind of rounded me out to where I was able to it's kind of like a trail of breadcrumbs. I was able to start and go in different directions with things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it came from later on down the line. It came from like the video editing, the photography. Although I did it in college, I digged more into it because of the truth. Because at the time, you know, there was nobody doing photography for Israelites. There was nobody designing anything for Israelites, let alone websites, any of that stuff. So there was no one to go to talk to, hey, what kind of camera should we use, or any of this stuff. And that did not exist in 2006, 7, and 8.
Okay.
So that's what made me dig more into those genres of media. So now what I'm going to put on the screen here is some shots from actually where I used to work. I used to design shoes and footwear for Tommy Hill Footwear through a third-party company. And let me put that on the screen.
I'm going to put a little music behind you while you
Right.
talk about some of your work as well. Here we go.
So,
This is a track.
right. So, you know,
Like
this is
that.
just some of the stuff I did back then, you know, in the world. So I've dealt in the clothing industry for my whole career, actually, in the world working. And here's some artwork that I've done that you've probably seen on Original Royalty. With that's originalroyalty.com. Let's see. Here we go. Here's some branding I've done for Original Royalty, some design work. And here's another illustration I did for a poster.
Which poster was that, Bez?
So what we're looking at is a poster of can you lower the music just a little?
I sure
So
can.
for me to hear. So it's a poster that I did with chariots. It was chariots. This is actually one of the versions I did. Another, if you can see in the top left corner, there's a full moon behind the chariot. And that was before we had the understanding of the new moon. So he is blowing up the chariots blowing up the shofar to the chariots. So it's a picture of Jerusalem and an Israelite on a mountaintop blowing up a shofar. And in the sky over Jerusalem, there's 3 huge chariots coming down out of the sky. and it's a photoreal image.
A shofar is a horn for those who don't know.
Right. It's a ram. Well, it's not a ram's horn. It's from a different animal. I forgot what the name of the animal is. And this design translated later on into a new moon shirt that I did for Original Royalty. So
Wow.
you guys should support that. Go online and buy it. It's a great T-shirt.
That's originalroyalty.com.
That's right, originalroyalty.com. And then let's see. Here's another T-shirt design, and it's flipped actually. That's not supposed to look like that, but this I'm gonna keep going. Here's another T-shirt I did. This is a line in a menorah. This is for the brand Blue Borders Clothing.
New Borders?
Blue Borders Clothing.
Blue Borders clothing.
Right, that's a dope shirt right there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have some
What
more
do I know?
some more shirts right here for Original Royalty. Some posters I've done. There's been some controversy behind this design. You know what's funny about the design work I do in the truth? In the world, people don't dig deep into the meaning or message behind certain things. But when you're in the truth, it's like people add meaning to stuff. And sometimes, more times, it's negative, right? So like this design right here, someone claimed that I did a star. And I wasn't even thinking that when I did this. It was the layout I chose is what you see. It's like a collage. It tells a story. And so basically what we're looking at, David, is an image that represents Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So from the left, you have a Native American, a Spaniard, Native Americans facing the opposite of the Spaniard. And then across from the Spaniard is a colonist along with the
colonizers.
Right. And then there's a Judite slave there with the yokes of iron on their necks. And in the middle is a slave ship, and in the middle of all of them is the pyramid from the dollar bill,
Right.
with the Eye of Ra, and then behind them is some chains. And
That's
on
pretty
top,
intense.
and on top of the chains, in the layout it says 1492 to 1619. Then at the bottom of it, in a banner that says Deuteronomy 20 and 68, and then under that is a Bible open, and in the Bible, on top of the Bible, there's an auction going on where they're auctioning off a woman's child that she's watching.
Oh, these things did happen.
Yes.
But you know what? Even when I was into art, back in the day when I could see, you know, when people do artwork, people view it and then they get their own determination on what they're seeing with the artwork.
Right.
So, you know, if people are seeing something negative about it, whatever it is, it might be something inside of them.
Right, exactly.
So let it fly, you know what I mean? So
Right.
these images that you just described to me sounds like something very real, something that did happen, and you're bringing it to life, you
Right.
know?
Well, each one is meant to be a conversation piece.
Right, yeah.
It's meant for you to wear it and somebody sees it and says, what does that mean? And that right there opens up the door to, you know, talk about the scriptures, go over the scriptures, explain to them what it is. An opportunity to let your light shine.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
that's really where the heart of a lot of these designs come from.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so these are more t-shirts that I've done.
Okay.
So here's a picture from my work desk when I work in the world designing clothing for people. Yeah, I actually started off designing clothes with Flip Mode Squad.
Flip mode.
Yep, Mr. Rhymes and his crew.
Buster.
Yeah, I was right around the time I came into the truth, and I just disappeared. To this day, they don't know what happened to me. They're like, this guy,
They know. 'Cause you out here, baby. You doing your thing. So
this guy
you'd be
fell off the
surprised
map.
what people know.
Right.
You're visible.
All praises. And this right here, this design is it's the story of the Exodus. This was a collaboration between me and Bishop Nathaniel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he drew the Moses and sent that to me, and I did the background and stuff like that.
Wow, he draws.
Oh yeah, he's an amazing artist.
Wow.
Amazing artist. I'm always pushing him every time I see him to draw more.
Mm-hmm.
It's great talent. Very talented man. And then here's another design. This is of the tribe of Judah. It represents Judah with the lion, the roaring lion.
Okay.
What else?
You drew the actual lion?
Yeah, so it's a lion on the left. His mouth is wide open. He's roaring with saliva everywhere. And in some cool graffiti letters, it says the tribe of Judah.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, this is another shirt that you can find on originalroyalty.com. And then what else we got here? Here's a picture of David's wall.
My wall.
He asked me to take this. This is some posters I designed. It's the 12 tribe sign with the image of Christ, or what we depict as Christ.
Revelations 1:14.
Right. The Revelations 1:14 image. Yeah, that image it got some story behind it. It's very controversial. And then there's the 10 commandments poster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, you did that Christ image." And it's funny because as much as people, it's the same people that will talk against Hispanics being Israelites, right? Because we're light skinned, a lot of us, and they'll have this image in their house. And little do they know that a Northern Kingdom brother did that depiction.
But you know what?
It's funny.
We lived all through my life with the white Jesus Christ in every house that I've ever been to.
Right.
Because I never read Revelations 1:14. And when I actually found out that Jesus Christ was a black man, dark. So, hey, man, all praises to you to be able to depict that. And, you know, the thing about images we have to really understand. These images aren't to be praised or to be prayed upon. They're just illustrations. That's all they really are, because, you know, we're not supposed to bow our heads down to any images or nothing like that. So let's keep that part clear.
Right.
And absolutely. I think you did a great job, even without even seeing it, the way you described it to me when I first bought that poster. I love it.
What's funny, it came about because on my own, I was like, every time I was reading the scriptures and I read the word Jesus Christ, even though I didn't want to, I kept seeing this white Caesar Borgia image in my head. And you know, and when I was taking my degree, I took psychology, and I understand the psychology of imagery and how it gets burned into your psyche, whether you like it or not, right?
Absolutely.
That's why they have a such thing as subliminal messages through photos. So I knew that to therapeutic myself, or to provide therapy for myself to get that image out of my head, I needed a image of him the way the Bible describes him.
Right.
So I embarked on working on that picture, and I pulled pieces from different photos, and because I didn't want it to be a particular person.
But you know what, Bez? That's pretty profound, because here you got a guy that used to see, and now he doesn't see. And at the time when I could see, there was no pictures of a black guy as Jesus Christ. So even in my memory today, it's very hard for me to erase the image that I've had all this time.
Right.
So,
yeah,
you know,
of
if you're
course.
bringing out something new for people, you know, and it's and people say color doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, well, I can tell you, for me, had I saw it when I was a young fella, I think it would have mattered quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I did was, as I had this image, every time I was reading the scriptures, I had the picture as my desktop screensaver. And so I would go study, and whenever I read the word Jesus, I look up at this picture to try to burn it into my brain associated with the word. So now, you know, some people get offended because they're like, oh, you know, graven images, and, you know, you're not supposed to depict anything. That's BS, because we had images when we were in Israel. There's images all over the temples. We
just
make
don't
statues.
pray to them, that's all.
The scripture says when you make the graven images and bow down to them.
Yes.
So there's a two-step process to that. It's not just making the image, it's making the image and bowing to it.
Right.
So this image holds no power. It's just an illustration, you know, and it's an illustration of no one really. This is not a particular person that modeled for this. So this is complete. It's a complete illustration, right?
Right.
Based on what the Bible says.
Right.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. All right. And what else we got?
So I'm showing some more t-shirts I did. Kings in the Building t-shirt. Some, you know, photography I've done. This is also on original royalty. You could get this. It's called I think it's called the Knowledge Poster, and it's a depiction of the books that we reference for history in our teachings, with a shofar on top, menorah behind it, and a knife in the front. You know what's funny about this picture, David? This picture is actually a picture of Bishop Kanai's books. What I did was I was visiting the bishop in Florida, and I stayed after a Passover. Stood about two extra weeks with him, and you know, we had dinner and everybody, the kids are playing, and you know, I said, hey, you know, I gotta come up with some more posters for Original Royalty. So I said, okay, I got this idea because he had all these trinkets laying around. He had this nice shofar, he had this nice nickel-plated menorah. He had all these books that I was just going crazy over in his bookshelf. So I pulled the books out on the table in the living room and started stacking them. Had a flash. I turned the flash on and I cranked it up, and I put the settings on the camera so that way only what the flash touches is going to come out. And what's funny is that in the background of this photo, his kids are playing in the living room. Okay. But you can't see it. It's completely black. It's funny. But it came out nice. It was a nice picture. Wow. So all these things in this photo are belongings of Bishop Kanai bars. Wow. There's a little story behind that. That's nice. Here's a Original Royalty Recordings logo I worked on. And some more t-shirt designs. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been busy like it's me. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying some of this artwork that BEZ has been doing, because I know you enjoy him behind the scenes helping me out with this here show. You know, Mr. Technical Man, you know, doing this thing. Yeah, I also thought there's the Sarah logo. Death Before the Sauna picture. You could get that out of Original Royalty also. Okay. Here's some graffiti illustrations I've done. You do graffiti? Yes, I do graffiti, David. Wow, man. Yep. Don't stop. Yes. Actually, I started off doing graffiti at the age of, I think it was 10. Wow. Yep. I was a little kid. My son is 9 now, so it was about a year older than him, and I started going into the streets and doing what everybody else was doing in the South Bronx. One of my sons did that. Matter of fact, I even brought him up to New York for a time to look at all the graffiti work so that, you know, can enhance him. I just didn't want him painting on buildings, and guess what? All right. He ended up painting on buildings. Yeah. Hey, you know what's the irony of it is that when I was in college going for advertisement, I realized, it dawned on me, I'm like, I'm here learning how to advertise, you know, something, whether it be myself, somebody else. And that's really all graffiti artists are trying to do. It's a guerrilla way of trying to promote themselves. It's part of that culture, right? Huh? But the sad part about it is, you know, you could put your name in 1,000 locations and become popular, but once they find out who you are and that's you going to jail. Which happened to my son. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in the detective office and he's saying, "Do you know your son has been scribbling all over the city?" I'm like, "What?" And he said, "Do you know he's really good?" I'm like, "Really?" Yeah. And he said he's got a style. And he knows freestyle, all these things. I said, "Really?" And it becomes a waste of talent because all this talent and skill, and you go to jail for vandalism. Right. Right. So yeah. I was one of the few people I knew when I was in college that actually started taking graffiti to a digital realm. Okay. So these graffiti pieces, I actually did them on a computer, and that caught the eye of some prominent graffiti artists in the Bronx that took me under their wing at the time, and you know, had me around them, and they call Tats Crew, TATS. They're from the Bronx. So I had a good run with them for about 2 years. You know, doing the digital aspect of some of the stuff they were doing. Wow. Okay. And all this just added to my experience. Wow. Which you know, I have now. This is some banners from the brand House of Israel, which I designed for. I do a lot of design work for the House of Israel. Here's some more banners. And this is, you know, bringing some of my skills of clothing and fashion to the Israelite community. Because it's sad that, you know, the other nations benefit from my talents more so than we do. It doesn't matter as long as it's a benefit. And speaking about that, here we're going to do one of your songs again with Zamira. I'm going to play Israelite Man since we're talking about that here. You can still show your pictures. Yeah, they rolling. Shout out to Ruven. If you ain't get his album, get his album. My Testimony. Rue the Brew.
Thank you, my brother.
And this is Zamira, y'all.
I thank you, Israelite Man.
Israelite Man.
Thank you.
Once again, this is a collabo from my man the Bez and Zamira. Still showing pictures, Bez. Show 'em, baby.
What's that? Camera went up.
I don't know how you do it, but I'm so grateful for any that you keep knowledge. Your
How you doing, Daryl?
and I thank you, my brother. Hey, I thank you, Israelite man. Thank you, my brother. Hey, I thank you, Israelite man.
He's talented, huh, Jenny?
If it seems good unto the kings, let the maidens honor you for rule.
How you doing, Savvy?
So well, your people, you are counted worthy for everything you do.
Ready.
According to truth. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, Carl.
I thank you, Israelite man. Thank you, my brother. Hey, I thank you, Israelite man. You are fine gold and wedge of Ophir, flock of God's pasture, shepherd with no fear. You are fine gold.
How you doing tonight, Dan?
Wedge of Ophir, flock of God's pasture, shepherd with no fear. You are fine gold.
And you know I had to join him on this one.
You are.
How we doing, Bez?
You are. You are fine gold. You are. Thank you, my brother. I thank you, Israelite man. Thank you, my brother. Hey, I thank you, Israelite man. Thank you, my brother. I thank you, Israelite man. Oh.
And that was Israelite Man by Zamira. And once again, Bez, how we doing over there?
Yeah, your camera just cut off completely.
So we have no picture.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it back up.
We're trying to get the picture back up. So before the picture comes up, I'm going to give y'all some more music. Y'all can do what I do. I listened. So here it is. Don't Make Me Choose, if you guys are still here with me. Here we go.
Change my mind, it's simple. Already prepared for confrontation with you, and that does not mean I don't love you. I'm just going to state the facts. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose whether to stay or lose you. I'm not scared to tell the truth, no. So I am telling you now, don't wanna waste no time. There's certain things I have got to share with you. Please don't say a word when I start to explain. I want you to listen to me. Please do not interrupt me. I've got some things of yours that you need. So here I go. First, let me tell you I'm so in love with you. But there's something you should know. You see, I hope you understand. You are an Israelite, one of the 12 tribes, and you're obligated to keep all God's commands. I'm not gonna change my mind. It's simple, already prepared for confrontation with you, and that does not mean I don't love you. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose whether to stay or lose you. I mean, it has been 3
So this track is by Jaleel Israel. Jaleel Music. You can find them on SoundCloud at Jaleel Music. And Zamira played the keys on this actually.
Wow.
Yep.
We get the picture back?
And yeah, we back. But I think Facebook froze. I'm not sure.
Where my Facebook folks? How we looking over there? Let me know, Rhoda.
Could just be.
Jenny.
Periscope is good.
To these laws I'm bringing up, like grow your beard. Where are your fringes? You never put them on. After I sewed them on, that thing took me so long. Tell me what's going on. Tell me just how.
Is the picture back, Jenny? On Facebook.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's it.
Okay, good. We got a few buzzards in the electronics tonight.
All right.
I'm glad y'all got a chance to check out some of that beautiful artwork. Don't make me choose.
See, it's a night of technical difficulties.
Well, as long as we're still rolling, that's all I really care about.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I'm done with the slideshow. But, you know, everybody out there, if you want to keep up with what I do, you can go to BezaleelIsrael.com, where you can sign up for my subscriber page. My website will be up soon. And any of the other brands that I work on, like BlackChristMatters.com, you have thehouseofisrael.net. You also have ZamiraIsrael.com and NaturalWilly.com. And these are some brands that I'm constantly working on.
Oh, did I mention he does websites too?
Yeah.
Oh boy, all those websites you mentioned, he built them all.
That's right. Yes, I did.
You know, and he also builds kids. Zamira and him did a track called Baby Music. Check this out, y'all. This is Zamira, Baby Music.
We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music.
We gon' make baby music.
We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music to build a nation. We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music to build a nation. We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music to build a nation. You should know the truth that I need.
What's so funny?
Rhoda,
I can't
she funny.
baby by myself.
But What she said?
I know you want a lady on the street.
She said, where you at?
You won't be covered up in modesty. Back at home, you wanna see what you're working with. I'm gonna dress like Judy, and I'ma talk like her dancer. I'll serve you like Rebecca, and I'ma dance like Mary. I'll sing your praise like Deborah. I'll let you rule just like Sarah. I'll be your Proverbs 31. Virtuous wife, you're only one. We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music to build a nation. We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music to build a nation. We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music like the sand of the sea. We gon' make baby music. We gon' make baby music to build a nation. Dishonor you. You get fraudulent. My body belongs to you. Your body belongs
That's
to
beautiful, Bez.
All praises.
We're gonna multiply, baby. We're gonna baby music, baby music.
All vocals by Zamira. And the beat, as they say, the BEZ.
Yeah, I love that track.
I love the little embryos at the end. Check it out.
Hey, Dave, you threw your pizzazz on this thing when you mixed it.
It's okay. Do what I do. There they go. The embryos.
Oh, that's what that's called?
That's what I call them every time I hear them. I see a little animation in my head, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny. Tracks like that, they're not planned. They just kind of happen. It's like I'll work on something and I'd be like, and my wife I'll say, Zamira, what do you think of this? And she'll hear it. And once I know she starts humming something or singing some kind of melody to it right away, I'm like, oh, she's going to turn this into a song.
Like she did with this one. Tell me about this one.
You
Deed and word.
Oh, right.
Every word I'm giving you in deed and word. You deserve every word I'm giving you in deed and word. 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 Indeed and word. Indeed and word. Indeed and word. You are the man, protector, and you're my friend. I couldn't ask for more or less than what the good Lord's given. I do appreciate you and all of your diligence to teach the word and preach the word with your beautiful hands. Oh, you deserve every word I'm giving you. You figured it out. What would I do without you? So grateful for you. I'm better because the Most High chose to ordain me to you. Hey, hey, your approval means the world to me. There is none quite like you. You make time for you and me. I admire you. So faithful you are. You work so hard. How can I serve you You did deserve I'm giving you indeed and word. You did deserve every word. I'm giving you indeed and word. You did deserve every word. I'm giving you indeed and word. You did deserve every word. I'm giving you indeed and word. Indeed and word. Indeed and word.
Yo, Chana, how you doing?
Indeed and word. Indeed and word. Indeed and word. Indeed.
I tell you
and
what,
word.
they make some beautiful music together, don't they, y'all?
All praises.
Man, I tell you, that's
Praise to the
really.
Most High.
Hey, man, give it all praises. Because he's doing his thing. Now, y'all got a thing called Sunday Morning. I want to play this one for you. You got to talk to
Oh
me
yeah, I
about
love
this one.
that track.
You love
That's
that one
nice.
too?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, I like this one. Let's check it out, y'all.
I can recollect Sunday mornings. I was never one to ignore it. I was one of those perfect attendants.
Hey, shalom, Melissa. How you doing tonight?
Zamira killed this one.
She sure did.
She
She be killing them, don't she, Bez?
I was your girl. But that
Thank
was
you, Orina.
then. This is now.
This
I'm gonna
Alexander.
bow down to the King, the Black Messiah. Turn my life upside down. Just when you thought he knew you, all of your days were spent without the truth.
How you doing out there, Jack?
I had too much to lose. Every move I made was just fake. Hung on every word pastor said. It was not until I found out I was worshiping Satan. Ooh, I was worshiping Satan. I can recollect Sunday mornings. I was never one to ignore it. I was one of those perfect attendants.
Your artwork is official, Rhoda says, Bez.
Oh yeah, thank you, Rhoda. Appreciate you, sis. Your makeup be on point too.
That's what she does?
Yeah, she's a makeup artist.
Well, go on, Rhoda.
Sister Rhoda.
Makeup girl. What's good, JB?
What's going on, Periscope?
Yeah, Bez, you grab Periscope, I grab Facebook.
Yeah, I'm watching Periscope.
Super. Shalom. Thank you, Van.
I can recollect Sunday mornings. I was never one to ignore it. I was one of those perfect attendants.
What's good, Jeff?
I can take you to any scripture. I can memorize like the picture.
Oh, we got an Adara. Shalom, girl. Check out some Zamira. And Bez in the background on
Yes,
that track. What?
Yes, sir. Jalil, he's the one that mixed and engineered that track.
got another Jenny up here. Jenny Moravec, how you doing? And we got Benea, she's back. Shalom, Benea. And Princess Abilea jumped in on us. Shalom, Princess, how you doing, girl?
That's what's up. I haven't heard that track in a little while.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's such a good track.
And we got Bina. Shalom, Bina. I wonder if that's Bina the singer, because I got to get her soon.
I'm surprised nobody's online asking questions.
Well, you know, there's a lot of comments that I've seen so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Just Don't Let Me Lose coming up here, Bez. We're going to rock that one. And you guys can ask some questions while I got the Bez man here. You know, you've seen his work. You've got some compliments in on his work. And, of course, you've heard some of his music.
Mm-hmm.
And here's some more of the collaboration of him and his rib.
And my lovely wife, Zamira.
Zamira. Is there a pause on this one?
I don't know.
Says it's in here.
I can't see the screen, really.
It ain't showing it.
Nah. It's playing.
Something playing.
Uh-oh.
Levels all the way up. Something happened. It's in there, but it ain't in there.
Yeah.
But see, here's another one that you actually did a mix on. We both kind of jumped in on this mix, but this is another side of the BEZ, and this is one of the songs on Zamira's album, and this is called Trouble in the Flesh, and this is Mr. Engineer BEZ.
Oh, hey, somebody had a question. They said, what tribe are you from, Bez? Well, this is a Periscope question. I am from the tribe of Ephraim.
All right.
Yeah, supposedly. You never know. I could be another tribe.
Hey, man.
Who knows?
Hold on tight to it, baby. Just hold on tight to it. So, any more questions?
No, that was on Periscope.
Hey, we got a question coming. Hey, y'all talk to us now. This is Trouble in the Flesh. And that's some trouble, y'all.
This trouble in the flesh,
Indeed.
dressed in sin to beguile me. Sad when you make me mad. This love hurts so bad. Tears flow as the water of your word cuts through the trenches of this mountain. The trouble in the flesh, peaks and valleys through the years, persevere through my fears. My Lord, correct me. I'm tired of all this fighting.
Check this out,
It's a
Ennis.
demon sighting. You lead with dignity. I follow with grace. A daughter of Sarah in her righteous place. Romantic bubble baths relax all this trouble. When tensions are high, remember the kingdom is nigh. This pain is temporary. Our house legendary. Bandages cover battle wounds, reopened every time my mouth betrays me.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
don't be afraid.
Emissary, how are you?
Now, don't be amazed, no child. I know you're vulnerable.
How you doing, Abukin?
Woman, I know how you feel. Yeah. All of the buzzing and the fighting and the cussing and the underhanded interacts and lonely beds. Please believe me.
Savvy, Trouble in the Flesh, girl.
Going back to holding back that good I'm aiming to lose. When the brain falls, when the blood comes, and the wind blows, and the beats on your house, pray that it's built on solid ground. But I spare you now. Trouble in the
Flesh.
Zach says, I love you, Daddy.
It's my little man right there. My Avenger.
And don't you dare walk out of that man's house. Oh, no, 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 no. That man needs you. You need him. That man
Awesomeness with Rhoda says to you, Baz. I'll tell you what, Zamir sang this one, her Baz. Ooh, trouble in the flesh. Know what I mean, Brian?
I should have a thing on this one.
Are you liking that one, Jenny Bardetto? Jenny said you want like popcorn. Word.
Be at peace, my Lord, for I am a piece of you. In the one flesh we are bound, predestined in the book of life to be found. Live joyfully together. Ecclesiastes 9 verse 9. Purified aged wine picked from Israel's vine. You as a provider, the interpreter and guide. I'll forever be your ride or die. Endure through this trouble in the flesh test. Helpmate, pillar of rest, I promise to do my very best. To see you as king in everything.
That's right,
My
Yudea.
Lord, we gonna endure this trouble.
We trying.
Where are you seeing these comments at, David? I don't see
We
them.
got them all in Facebook.
Ah, okay.
Like I said, you mind Periscope. Let us
Right.
know what Periscope is talking about, Baz.
Right.
You got anything they talking about in Periscope?
Nah, everybody's kind of quiet on it, just listening.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, ain't nothing wrong with listening.
Yeah, right.
How about the views? You got any more artwork for us, Baz?
Nah, that was all I was able to pull together. But you know, again, if you want to see more of my artwork, you could just follow the websites that I posted on Periscope and on the chat in the Facebook. It's BezaleelIsrael.com, naturalwilly.com, ZamirIsrael.com, thehouseofisrael.net, Black
That's
Christ Matters.
the
Yes,
house
the
of
house of
Israel.net.
Right. And blackchristmatters.com. And yeah, so that song, David, that was such a lovely song. And I know it's real interesting because you know, people see me and my wife, we're so creative in a lot of the things we do. And the advice I could give people who have any spouses who are creative is to try to compliment them. So in other words, it's like, let's say, sister, your husband's a chef, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Learn how to chop fast.
Yeah, get to chopping.
Right. Jump in that kitchen and become a sous chef, you know? And the same thing, brothers, you know, if you got a wife who's talented, you know, push her, encourage her to bring forth her talents and to serve the Lord in using those talents to praise him. And all the talents we have are gifts of God, and they're meant for us to do two things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, praise him in the
Right.
process,
One.
and survive.
And two, survive
Right.
through it all.
Yeah, we got to
Endure.
That's right, we got to endure.
Wow.
But yeah, someone asked me, how did I on Periscope? They asked, how did I come into the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I came into the truth actually through Deacon Asaph's engineer. Deacon Asaph, before the truth, he was into music, hardcore. He was part of a record label in the Bronx, and he had some music out in Jamaica, doing his thing. And
Jamaica.
He's Benjamin. And I met his engineer, who was a Puerto Rican guy in the South Bronx. And me, again, like I said earlier, when I see someone that has information, even with David, like it's a great example like this. I'm David's intern. You know, I mean, you know, I humble myself at the feet of this man that has understanding in respect to, you know, his tenure in the music industry. And you know, and I learned like that track you just heard, you know, that was me and David and myself, more so David taking the lead, and I'm his hands and eyes on the equipment, just doing what he told me to do and learning in the process. It was a great experience. I learned a lot.
Yeah, but you had your little tricks that you threw up at me. You know,
I threw my little, hey David, what if I did this? And
right,
then he would let me flex a little bit, and then he'll either knock it, Bez, that's horrible, take it off, or he'll let me keep it and it'll make the cut. And that's how you learn. Yeah. So it was the same thing when I came into the truth. I was trying to learn how to engineer from his engineer, and one day on a trip to visit one of Asap's relatives, he who was, you know, managing Asaph, Deacon Asaph at the time, he you know, told me about the truth, because we were talking about 9/11, conspiracy theories. I was heavy into conspiracy theories and researching and all that stuff. And he was just like, I'll never forget this. He said, this is all irrelevant. The bigger picture, he said, the bigger picture is that the Taino Indians are mentioned in the Bible. And I said, what? Because I was a diehard, hardcore Puerto Rican, you know, rocking the flag, going to the Puerto Rican parade, eating canepas and pasteles on the holidays. I was one of those guys. And when he told me that, I said, no, you gotta explain this. You can't just put Tainos in the Bible in one sentence and then, you know, think I'm just gonna forget that, you know. Because from what I learned in Caribbean history going to school in Puerto Rico is that the Spaniards came and conquered the natives with Christianity. So how would they have been in the Bible prior? So that sparked my mind. And after that, it was like I didn't care about the music. I didn't care about anything else going on, all the negative stuff we were doing. Every time I was around him, I was like, show me what it says in the Bible. Show me what it says in the Bible. Show me what it says.
Right.
Then once I couldn't get, like, I squeezed all the juice I could out of him, it was like, okay, where did you learn this from? Who taught you this? And he mentioned Asaph. And then then I had a mission. I need to meet this guy. I needed to meet Asaph. And then after that, I was stalking Deacon. It was funny. I got his number. I started calling him. And then
yeah, man, wear them shoes out.
Right. And then we finally met when I had to work on his album cover. That's when I finally met him.
Oh, okay. Do for.
Right.
Do for you, do for me.
Right. And what's funny was that his one of his investors was paying me to do it. So we set up this meeting. And we talked about the album cover maybe about 10, 15 minutes. And then we spent 4 hours going over scriptures.
Wow.
And so all praises. Deacon Asaph was amazing. I'm telling you, that man has had that energy since the day I met him. The way y'all see him on the Friday night class, the way y'all see him in his energy that he puts forth. I mean, he's grown, of course, since then, but he's been on that mission since I met him. I met him like that. You know, so all the way back, and this was what, 2000, the end of 2005 going into 2006. And so, you know, that's how I came into the truth. And I think it was the ending of 2006 is when all of us, what we called the Bronx crew.
The Bronx crew.
Which was Deacon Asaph, Deacon Aitan, myself. Deacon Yalasop.
Yeah.
And that's when we all started going to
the Giants.
Right. We all started going
Y'all
to
don't know.
Bishop Nathaniel's house and just learning at his kitchen table. Just a few families, a few brothers. That's how I came into the truth. All praise to the Most High.
All praises.
Right. Yep.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Through the music.
But I'll tell you one thing, Bez. Ain't no stopping this. I can tell you that.
Oh, Jeremiah. That's right.
And this is Jeremiah.
That's the man right there.
I was doing my photo shoot with Bezaleel. And he was playing this music in the back.
That's right.
I was like, who is this? And he said, this is Jeremiah.
And you played the flute, remember?
I played the flute too.
And I went live. I said, this is going live.
Yeah, while he was taking pictures. And of course, for y'all who don't know, the picture on the front cover of my CD, Holy Sounds of Surface, was taken by Mr. BEZ himself. That's right. And joined by his rib, his wife, doing the designing of my hair and all that kind of stuff. She did it up. And that's where it came from, y'all. And of course I had Naomi from Denver doing my clothes. That was nice. Come on.
15th through 68.
Oh snap! Jenny said East Chester, Bronx, New York. What? In the house. What you know about
Bronx.
East Chester?
Right.
Bronx. Alright.
It's too long, they been lying. And we waking to the truth. Waking to the truth. Black stars are with Jews. No, there ain't no stopping
Ain't
this.
no stopping, ain't no stopping nothing.
Ain't no stopping this.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be crazy if I don't.
What?
Crazy if I don't. No, there ain't no stopping this. Sorry, ain't no stopping this. It'd be crazy if I don't. Crazy if I don't.
Oh yeah, oh no. How you feeling this? This is my man from Ohio. His name, Jeremiah.
Right. I worked on this cover too.
On his album cover.
That's right.
Bez is everywhere, y'all. So y'all did you give him all the information how to get in touch with you, Bez?
Right. BezaleelIsrael.com. Don't forget it.
Because he will do some work for you, and magical work he does. As you probably know, and on the same album cover,
I'm not who I used to be anymore.
We Are the Children.
I'm not who I used to be.
Jeremiah, y'all.
Some stay the same, just
Actually, David, this is a different album.
Did you do this one?
No. I didn't work on this one.
stuck in that first quarter, never known order. Unless it was a court order. Now you point the finger at your
Well,
father,
we gonna play it anyway. Because I love it. Because you know why?
maybe you know,
Because we are the children.
Damn. Relationships now these days sound like a random replay, but who gives a damn now these days? Will they acknowledge their own iniquity to turn away their captivity? But they don't know that.
What's good, Claudio?
I'ma return to my place and
Shout out to
tell you
Jeremiah.
their offenses.
Waiting on the next album, brother.
Meditate on that a minute.
Wow.
We are the children.
We are the children.
Yeah, we are the children. Look at our
I love it too,
condition.
Eunice.
Them Christians rebelling, straight out the wilderness. Moses was with us. We should've listened, we should've listened. We are the children. Yeah, we are the children. Look at our condition. Them Christians rebelling, straight out the wilderness. Moses was with us. We should've listened, we should've listened.
Depending on a nation that cannot save us.
Brazil in the house. Claudio.
Those who hate us.
This is Jeremiah, Claudio.
Yeah, you are a nation inside a nation. The promises for you that you're gonna take it, keep you away.
Mama, why you still awake? Nico, you still awake?
That old covering cherubim can't keep the righteous away from him. You know what I'm saying when I say him? The God of the Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. Ain't no point in faking. We the Israelites, boy, quit playing. I ain't gonna know you, but I got a story right out the Torah.
What's the tribe in Brazil? Bez.
Asher.
Asher. Claudio, did you know that?
That's right.
Why you don't notice? Cause you in the club on the weekends, getting money, screaming free bands, going hard with the heathens, blowing out with the wee heads. You must not know you a king yet.
DJ.
All about order, so don't get it twisted. You out here thinking you lose it. Homie, you actually
GC,
winning.
what's
Boy,
good?
you winning.
What? Come on.
Yeah, we are the children. Look at our condition.
Glad to see you up in here, Gary.
Rebelling, straight out the wilderness. Moses was with us. We should've listened, we should've listened. We are the children.
We are the children.
Yeah, we are the children. Look at our condition.
If not, who else is?
Rebelling, straight out the wilderness. Moses was with us. We should've listened, we should've listened.
We are the children of the captivity, see our condition. Look how we living. Look at our men and our women and children. We gotta quit sinning. Get in the spirit to get out your feeling. We on a mission. See the great army, the kingdom's division. Brothers and sisters, let's go. This what we've been waiting for. Drop everything and let's go. Boom, boom. Great big valley of bone. Don't you know
Brother
you are
Okana
gold?
right there.
This ain't the land of our rest. Don't you wanna go home? Sing a new song.
Yeah, he jumping down on Jeremiah.
Build the nations to our own.
Doing his thing.
Put that childishness where it belongs. Or stay with the children at home. Real men take kingdoms and thrones. They cover women and stones. Family gold. Ball reggae, let's get it on. The kingdom's within you. We got it all to build our own. Or make them build it up for us. CIP family hustle. We all should be on.
Come on.
We are the children.
What?
Yeah, we are the children.
Bring it.
Look at our condition.
are the children, IBL. All
That's
praises.
right. We are the children. Children of Israel.
Tonight we had the BEZ, Bezaleel, showing us some of his fine arts, his fine music, and a little bit of his fine wisdom, y'all.
All praise to the Most High.
You know? So glad you guys came out to join us. All you children out there.
Man, this track is fire.
Ooh, yeah. Love it. Little sax solo. And a little jazz flavor to it. Periscope, thank you so much for joining us tonight as we unveil the curtain and see behind the scenes who's running all this. The BEZ man, BEZ is who I call him.
That's
BEZ.
right. The fixer.
He fixes.
I'm the fixer.
And he fixes, and
Uh-oh.
now
Show's coming to a close.
we have to say goodnight to my folks.
That's right.
I hope you guys really enjoyed my man behind the scenes. The BEZ man, BEZ. You've been wonderful.
Thanks for having me, David.
Of course. You know, tomorrow I gotta be at the airport at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so
It's Friday already?
we gotta definitely call this to an end soon.
And if I rise at dawn,
I'll be down in Miami for you guys that's gonna join me. Yeah, Surface will be doing its thing. Once again in Miami, y'all, so for now, I'm just really glad to see you guys here enjoying my good friend, Mr. BEZ.
You perceive my thoughts and words before I speak,
Good night, Jenny.
and you discern my ways in all I hope.
Good night, Melissa.
The unending
Melissa says, thanks so much for blessing and sharing your beautiful art with us, Mr. BEZ.
I'm sorry, sir.
Melissa said, thank you so much for sharing all your wonderful art and music.
Brother made a funny comment on Periscope.
What do you say?
He said, Bez, that brother with the 10 talents that Christ was talking about in Matthew 25. Oh, praises.
There you
I
go.
hope I'm that guy. Lord's willing. Shoot. Give me 10 cities.
Hey,
That'd be nice.
we'll take it.
Right. Thank you for the compliment, brother. All praise to the Most High.
Shalom, Amasah. Good night to you.
to live my life.
Unfortunately, I won't be at the men's conference. I have to go to work, but I'll get all
I go
the good messages, I'm sure. So be your brother's keeper and teach me a little something tonight, all right?
you are, Lord.
If I lie beneath the earth, I know you're there.
Good night, Brazil. Claudio, good night to you.
If I rise at dawn,
Good night,
I
Princess
know that your
Abalea.
hand is guiding me.
Good night, Rhoda. And both Jennies, Narako and my good friend Jenny.
Oh Lord,
That's right.
you perceive my thoughts and words,
Good night, oh no. So glad you came to see us, oh
and
no.
you discern my ways. Yes, you do, Lord. The unending knowledge that you hold. It
Good
is
night,
too
Deacon
high
Abiel.
for me
Glad you stopped
to
in to check us out.
know.
Oh, Deacon was on?
Yes, sir.
Deacon Abiel. Shalom, brother.
Can I go? Lord, you created me.
Good night, my man GC. Gary in the house.
I was
Jersey boys.
woven in the womb by your holy hands, and before I came to be, you preordained me to
Good night, Aniko. So glad you hung out all the way to the end. Because we both got to get up early. That's right.
We see you tomorrow, Nico. We're coming by.
They're coming down to bust your pool down.
To fulfill the things you purposed for me. You designed a life, oh God. And you birthed me. Placed me in the context of time. And
good night, Eunice.
gave me everything I need to fulfill your purpose, Lord. So I give you my heart. I give you my mind.
Hey, Bez, let's get some good nights to Periscope people. Who we got?
Right. The names keep coming and going.
My life belongs to you.
Some spammers. It's hard to see the comments. But they're up there. Oh, there they go. Okay.
Just the names. We want to say good night to everybody.
Thank you, Blanks. Oh no, Israel.
Well, we got Oh No here too.
Somebody say
Blank.
if
Canvas.
you surrender, say yes.
Where's the go?
Yes, Lord.
Debbie, Israel.
We got Debbie.
Your way in my life.
Good night, Anna.
I'll
Anna
go
Israel.
where you want me to go. Yes, I'll do what you want me to do. Yes,
Good night,
I'll say
Deborah.
what you want me
Shalom,
to
brother
say.
Asher. I see you on Facebook. Good brother right there.
Hallelujah.
Hey, Bez,
Yes,
are you
sir.
on Periscope or Facebook?
I'm on both. There's really nothing on Periscope.
Okay.
To your will, oh God. Have your way.
Brother Asher.
Have your way. Oh Lord.
That's right.
And that was Psalm 139. By the holy sounds of surface, y'all.
So, everybody listening, keep us in prayers as we travel to Mexico next week. We will be going to South America to teach our people. Be a long ways from home.
Yeah. And also, I'm going to take a couple of those prayers too, because I got to get on a plane and go to Florida tomorrow.
Right.
To Miami, like a terrible trip, huh? Miami with the sunshine and and the water.
You going from the heat to the hot.
Believe me, I'm going to love every minute of it. Trust me. And maybe I'll see some of my brothers down there, hopefully. So, once again, we were here to enjoy my man, the BEZ man. And I hope you guys did enjoy him. So, for now, we're going to be saying goodnight to each and every one of y'all. And it's been a beautiful night indeed. So glad to have you guys coming back, because we had a little technical problems in the early part of the show. And all y'all came right on back to us. And we appreciate that. And I hope you appreciated all the wonderful works, some of the wonderful works of the BEZ. There's more to him than we were able to reveal tonight. It's like peeling an onion. You keep peeling and peeling and peeling and peeling, and there's still more layers left.
An onion?
Well, I mean, just an analogy of the layers. There's more layers to BEZ.
That's right. Yeah. I just have fun doing what I do. All praise to the Most High.
But we had fun enjoying you, that's for sure. Shalom. Good night, Yachana. Good night, Asher.
Love this track.
Well, I caught that, Jenny. Nardito, I got you. Have a pleasant evening. And good night to you, Zamira and Zach. Rhoda says the prayers are up, Baz.
All praises. We need them.
You got it, Zamira.
Brother said your onions give the food flavor.
That's right. You are the flavor of the
praises.
earth. That's right. Come on now. You know what's up.
I throw down on some onions now.
You think he don't? Ephraim? Of course he does. And I enjoy every minute of it too. My man can throw down on that grill. Some of y'all will see during Tabernacle.
Oh, that's right. Come get my sandwiches at Tabernacles.
That's right.
They your best sandwiches. It's gonna be popping.
Did I mention
already
that
know.
Bez also cooks?
That's right. Hey, I ain't gained this weight from beer. It's
Hey.
from food.
Hey, you know. Yeah, he definitely burns on that grill.
That's
I'm
right.
not sure if he's good as Kenai.
Oh no, the bishop is the reigning champ.
Oh, right now, let's
Yeah.
keep that. Oh, well, now I guess
Oh, I be-
the deacon will
Yeah,
will throw in something at you for saying that. The deacon I'll be out will be like, no, I am the reigning
right,
champion.
right. He gonna call me tomorrow, remind me.
Like,
but
what are you talking about, Bez?
I'm sorry. I haven't tasted. I mean, the deacon has not put his hand to the grill itself
But I'm not sure.
ever. I think.
I don't know if he cheated or what last year.
Wow, that's
on that.
strong words, David.
I don't know,
Well,
because you know what? Kenai said that, he kept an eye on him. He didn't see that hand on that grill.
right. I mean, he didn't,
So what's up?
he didn't even wash his hands after the event because he
So,
had no
wait a minute.
grease on it.
So is he the reigning king of the grill?
I don't know. I put my money on Bishop.
Time will tell. I'll tell you what, we're going to put not only our minds on the bishop, we're going to put cameras on both of them.
Right. But hey, I'll tell you this. There are some contenders that weren't in last year's competition,
Really?
but they were at Tabernacles and they were in the cut grilling.
Why was they in the cut and not showing their skills?
Yep. He go. Yeah. Well, brother. Hey, I'm talking about brother Shimron. Shimron, you know where you at?
Okay.
Shimron is a what's a good word? Sleeping giant.
Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting this Tabernacles. I'm
Okay.
looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah,
I just sit back and eat the food, you know what I mean? Don't gain a pound, but I still dig it.
Now I won't be in the competition, but I'll be on the grill.
All right now.
Y'all see me at Black Wall Street.
So I hope you guys had a great time this evening. Hope to see you guys next week once again on the Prince David Late Night Show, where we do truth music here on Thursday nights. And on Monday nights, as Jenny would call it, Merlot Monday. She coined the phrase.
Merlot Mondays.
But it's our R&B night on Mondays, y'all. And hope to see y'all there as well.
And don't forget to pick up the album Download from Heaven.
That is the Holy Sounds of Surface. Download from Heaven, as well as TLC by Zamira. Okay. And we also have via originalroyalties.com. Dreaming of Zion.
It's one of my favorite albums too.
Yeah.
Wonderful
and
album.
wait a minute, we have One Lily. We will not forget you
Oh, that's
one
right.
bit. One Lily and the Benjavites. Solomon the Jew and Jeremiah spoken word. Listen, everybody, good luck, good night, and shalom.
Shalom.